Cars behind me. Oh, okay, I need that. I'm like, what is that? Coming to you with a DM check-in. I just want to kind of check in and see what's happening with the divine masculine. Now, when I'm talking about divine masculine energies, I'm talking about what's going on in the 3D world. Because again, the divine masculine energies rules the way in which we have our being in the world, how we have leadership, how we able to have grasp on that. This is talking about those of you all that are wanting to know what's going on with the divine masculine energies in your cohort, or as you all call it, your counterpart. As well, and so we're going to check in to see what's going on with them in the 3D world, how they're gaining their power, what are they exactly doing as far as their energies. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. So the heart of what's going on with them as far as in their connection, we're going to ask the romance angels to kind of give us a bird's eye view about what is going on with the divine masculine energies. That means rather they're in a female or in a male body. Okay, we're looking at those energies. Okay, please, we are now getting close to the event which is going to take place on Sunday. That's going to be Sunday, April 4th at 2 p.m. Central Time. We got a lot of good people that's coming on. That's going to come and share their knowledge about how you can be able to, from ground zero means from nothing or starting over again to again. I'm looking at this talking about zero, giving zero F's. You see that down at the bottom? Maybe some of you all might be at that point where you say I'm giving zero ucks about things. I don't know. But from that point, to me, when you're at that point, it means like I'm at the point that it's like, hey, let's just start it, let's scrap it, and let's start all over again. Let's deal with that. This is where we are. It was something, it was a message, and then kind of left me as far as what I was saying, what was our focus. It does that from time to time, so evidently it's like that's gone. Maybe that message was just for me. So we're talking about attraction. Attraction means right now we are in the divine masculine energies is trying to attract the good to them. But to me, again, is looking from a perspective of really truly now looking at things for the beauty in which they express for what they truly are. And this is where it is again, I want to say, because of the divine feminine doing the work, energies doing the work, they are now being able to see. It's like I was blind, but now I can see, which means they're taking on a new approach in which they are able to now see the good. Some of the divine masculine energies went out the world, they're so much into that 3D stuff, into all of that, bowed down with the ideologies, the way people think that they should be acting and having their beings, and it comes from that place of ego. Now to me, because they are being awoken, and if you're on this channel again, we're talking about those of you all that are now in woke divine nation. You're part of that. They have now awoken, and they have awakened at this point, are now seeing the world in brand new eyes. They're now more into their heart center. They're more now trying to smell and sniff and become one with the bliss that is before them. I'm looking at this. I'm seeing she being red here too. We'll say fiery. To me, in that action, that red is good, because most of the time, most of they say, well, when people had the red hair, they're fiery, they're spunky. They're kind of really telling you things. I'm going to say they fiery, they're spunky, and they let you know when things is getting funky. So they don't have a problem with telling, say, this does not work. This is not working for me. Because right now they're trying to attract their good. They want that milk and honey. They want things to be much easy to them. They understand they want to be nurtured as well. And we talked about, if you have not seen it, please make sure you look back at Sean's where we did a candid conversation with Sean about what's going on with the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies, and he talks about that sucker energy, where the divine masculine wants to be nurtured. He gets his energy and his empowerment from you divine feminine energies. But again, it's always good to have those good boundaries that are put up. But again, if you are not giving that divine masculine in the 50, he did stress that in the 50, those things of that's helping him to have that power of love. I'm hearing Luther Vandross talk about the power and the power of love. Do 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 do. So if you want to be able to, everyone that you meet or you seek that power of love, that he's able to be able to see everything through those rose colored glasses or through those glasses of love, we have to empower. We have to be the ones that are feeding and nurturing that. We don't want the divine masculine to get their source from anything else, which is the karma. So that's why on the 50 level, we don't do the chop cut. You got to cut it. We don't do all that stuff to the divine masculine, because we know in a certain ways that they need that. I can tell you even that from my own experience with the DM. But you don't, again, not thinking that that's where Sean and I, we're together on that. Don't think that by feeding that's making them I'm talking about energetically in the 50, get me right and hear me clearly, that is making the situation that they're in to be more. It's just giving them the tools and an empowerment for them to make the right decision that puts them back in alignment with union with you. So again, they're looking about that. Some of them are becoming a little nostalgic, not only for you, but it thinks like, to me, the purest times in their childhood, the first feeling of love without that taintedness or having that brokenheartedness. This is where the divine masculine is, and understanding that flow with ease, and understanding that's something that they want to put back on the table again. Even now, this exchanging of gifts, this has been a really, and I know even with me now doing these past life regressions, and I'm meeting a lot of people that's just as gifted as I am, and we're doing this exchange thing. I've even had spoken in some ways to the divine masculine in communications with that, and that's interesting that they came up with. So let me make sure that I'm stressing this is for the collective, that I don't bleed in, but again, me in there is all in there. Understand that it's got to be an even exchange. When we talk about attracting, what are we attracting? Are we attracting like is like attracts like? Is my thing on? Because I'm showing you here and no thing. That's why I had the session. Let me put it on so you can hear the ringer, because I know y'all like it. It ring there. Are we attracting like attracts like? Well, if we are doing that, guess what? We need to kind of check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. Is this something that we're attracting to? Is more of the stuff that we don't like, rather than it's more of the stuff that we do like? The divine masculine is now kind of taking this time in the energies to kind of now look around. The DM is now looking around and kind of seeing energies that, hey, you know what I've been attracting ain't been stuff that I kind of like. What they say about if it's funky, now I'm seeing, because I'm spunky and I'm getting a little bit of feeling myself in the spirit, I'm noticing things is kind of getting a little funky around here. And so in me understanding that, like, okay, just like when your underarms, you smell something, you like, okay, wait, hold on a second, is that me? Is that me? Is that, who that smelling like that? Hold on. Wait a second. No, let me check myself. No, I smell like the peonies from Bath and Body Works. So I know that ain't me. Okay, so then it's got to be one of these kids. You know what I'm saying? The classroom. I was like, no, it ain't me. It got to be them. They're looking around and seeing who's funky. As I'm going through this talking and around, I'm picking up also the divine masculine is starting to look around. Is more so about this thing. This attraction is about his environment. He's looking around and seeing who's on team DM and who's not. Who's carrying the scent or the smell that's saying you are funking up my whole thing here. It's getting funky. I need to call this. It's getting funky. It's getting funky. Because now I'm noticing beforehand, I was kind of like maybe my nose is in the air into my own self, but now as I'm coming in, my senses are coming in. The more awoke I am, it's awakening everything, and I'm getting kind of some sense. Some things is not what it's supposed to be, and I don't think that this person needs to belong here. Just like dogs, they smell to see, okay, who's sent, who I know, who I'm familiar with, like even their owners that got sent, like, okay, I don't know if you're part of my tribe, really. So there's an even change here, because again, wherever it is that this exchange is, and every time when I see this card, always reminds me of putting the divine masculine in a box, and he's dancing to somebody else's tune, because he is not being true to his emotions, and he's wearing a mask here, but he's being flexible in it. That goes on to, and I told you in my readings, we continue on like lessons. It's a continuation. He really feels that him being in this box, he's still learning how to be able to be flexible about life. I understand that him being awoken. This one is now, when you talk about awoken DM, is no more as you, and you're gonna love me, if you want to even put it like that. It's not. I'm not pointing out to everybody else about what you done did and what I'm going to make you do for me, because that is going to make you, I'm going to see what I can. It's not about what I can do for you. It's about what you can do for me. This is the way you love me. You love me, baby. Okay, so now, is it the way, when that comes in, as I always talk about, it's about the love. How am I getting love? How am I receiving love? How's that again? So now these awakened ones are now understanding that they are at a point of understanding that, hey, it's no more about this, what you can, it's Kennedy's thing. It's not about what you could do, or what the country could do for you. It's about what you can do for your country. Now it's about what can I do as far as serving others as well, in attracting this newness, and saying they're being flexible. So they're understanding that them being in these situations, there is a reason for them being there. There is a reason for them being there, and there's no more of the blame game of everybody. It's like, let me serve my time and let me go ahead and do what I gotta do. Okay, so now here we go. The memories we created are very special. I just wish we could make more of them. So like I said, the Divine Master, this is confirmed by this card right here, which is, again, he's getting nostalgic. This Divine Masculine here, now we'll say, he's clearly, this one is awakened one. This is not one that's talking about, I ain't too sure about what, my purpose of thing. This is the awoke. This is, again, DMs for the awoken ones, the ones that in awoke a divine nation, that are really members of it and citizens of it. This is where they reside here. And they ain't thinking about sliding, like sliding back. So he is being nostalgic. He's thinking about some things, and that's what's helping to create this pull for him to come on over and break on through to the other side. It's like, I feel it. Some of them are coming to the point that they're remembering, these DMs are now remembering what is going on. That's rather they're female or a male. So this is where we are. So they want to create more memories. Well, how you going to have to be able to create that you've got to get the opportunity presented to you. You got to clear some things off the table. Like I said, for the collective, where we are in that last reading that I had did was talking about how we've got to clear the karma and the past in order for us to create this new gateway or pathway clear into the future. You can't begin something unless you end something. So now let's go on and see what's going on with the Divine Masculine. So the Divine Feminine here is definitely what's popping up here is she's in his thoughts. Most definitely is in his thoughts there. He's creatively trying to think about how he can create this opportunity, this ending, or how he can be with her, or how he can be able to make things and attract these things to him. But he knows in the midst of those things, he is concerned. To me, every time when I see this card here, it always reminds me of him being at a funeral parlor making arrangements. This Divine Masculine understands that, hey, it's time for me to make some arrangements about some things. Some things are no longer serving me. Some things, again, I've got to really start making my way or my exit out of this. He's trying to find some things to be able to be peaceful, to make peace. To make peace, I'm hearing with the decision that he's actually has got to make peace, and see and how he can be able to, in some ways, make everybody happy that is involved in this, to be able to. He knows right now we got the number, and that 9 jumped right on off of there. He's got to be able to make this change here, and he knows that he's ready to make some movement with it. He is actually got all the baggage or picked all the things that he wants to take with him. So again, he's in the thing. I keep on feeling my baby. He's in the vein of understanding that, just like the song Bag Lady, I've got to pack light. Some things that I don't need with me, I gotta leave behind. And I told you right now it's looking like it's in the form of person, place, of things. He's looking around. He's like, again, it's getting a little funky. Some of this stuff is now, it's got to be eliminated. Some of the trash has been sitting there for a while there, and it's time for me to start to eliminate. It's now to take out the trash, which again is going to help to make this change. But he is not ready, because this divine masculine here of Woke Nation, divine Woke Nation, is of saying, I'm becoming an official person. 22, I am. The number 22 is mastery here. We got the number 16 here, right here. So again, is to get the relying. He's relying now on his intuition and his awareness when it comes to love, so he can be able to have the spiritual completion. He's moving in 33. He's really doubly saying, I gotta double down on getting in alignment with spirit, soul, and body about this thing, because it's concerning me that I have not gotten into alignment, especially when it comes to the thing of love. He's also moving into, again, number 9. Understand that it's got to be in a cycle. In a cycle is coming. The change is coming, rather he likes it or not. And he's moving into this mastery here, becoming an official person. He knows that this awoken DM understands that he's been through some things that has helped to make him be an honorable person, because him stepping into this, DM stepping into this, and just because I'm using he does not mean I'm not talking about just a he, I'm also talking about a she. This DM energies housed in this person understands that. I'm gonna keep on doing that, because I think, again, in twin flame thing, and I'm not bucking anybody else, we're getting too programmed on it that it's got to be one person or a certain way. The energy can be able to vary. You could be in DM energy today and DF energy tomorrow, or in within an hour or within a minute, depending on your mood, what is the situation. Haha, guys, amen to that. Letting you know about what it is that you need to be concentrating on as far as the energies and how to deal with things. So again, he's got these medals. These medals have helped him to be able to achieve things. That lets me know he's got the lessons. He's been at war. He's been in battle with the people around him. He's been in battle with the things in his mind as well. All of these things, and he's got the sword that's going downward right here, which lets me know that he's standing in his truth. It's like it's straight down. If it was on a slant, that means he's slanting the truth about some things. And then there's a column, which lets me know that this divine masculine here has been really looking at his foundation about it. It's nice and shiny too. It's got gold at the top and it's black, which means he's looking at everything in there. Black is a color that has all colors that's within it, and he's got gold. Gold to me represents understanding as well at the top of it. The whole thing, the structure of it is black. It's a little bit of everything, dark matter, black matter, in order for him to be able to truly see out of that darkness, there is a light, there is understanding at the crown, at the top of it, and a little bit at the base of it too. So he's got to be able. So how is this divine masculine feeling right now about things? What is he feeling? Let's get into this 3D-ishness. Now that's a lot. You must got a lot there. It's a story. Okay, I'm gonna let it go, because you keep on bringing it to me over and over again. So right now the divine masculine is dealing with this resistant. In the 3D is his emotions. He's being rebellious about something, that he's being stubborn. He's stubborn about this movement. And I'm seeing still he's being led to say, hey, let's go. It ain't hold my mule. It's time for you to kind of move on. He's being panicky about this. Sometimes he's a little bit submerged into his own emotions about what is actually going on. He's been alarmed about some things. He might even experience some fight and flight things as well. It's funny, I see somebody, I think her name is Southern Comfort. She was talking about she's got a new I've seen it on the timeline that she does new for each you might want to check that out. For each one of the signs, she does a fight or flight, like to let you know what you're doing on the twin flame journey. I think there's some Southern Comfort, and look and see about what it is that it should be. Let me make sure, because I don't want to misquote. And you're like, I went over there and see what know that you ain't messed up the daggone thing like you usually do. That is not what the heck that child name was. And let me make sure. Oh, okay, it's on the history. Here it is. Southern Mystic. I'm sorry. Southern, I call it Southern Comfort. Lord have mercy. I must need some comfort. Southern Mystic. Sorry. Her name's Southern Mystic. On there, somebody said she up there advocating for us to be drinking on the show. No, so they might be, well, maybe this one might have once upon a time drink. They like that brown liquor. That was they vice, but they kind of moving out of that as well. So he felt kind of a little panicky. He's been taken over by the water and the fight and flight. So go look at maybe some of those things. Look and see. You might want to get an idea of how your divine masculine is in fight and flight. How is he panicking? Go over there to Southern Mystic and look and see about what she says over there, because I thought that was interesting. She just looking from that perspective. He's trying to be, again, there go those roses, being receptive. That goes back again, this divine masculine of the woke nation that's awakened and that are woke, really truly understands the reasoning behind it. Like, I'm being in this because I'm being blessed. It might be raining on me, but at the same time, I'm still being blessed in the process. I'm still being able to see the beauty in this situation. The same thing again, these cards that came out before with them, still feeling a little resentful. Some of this resentment is coming from a mother figure, or there might be a mother of his children, or this person could be his partner, or again, it could be on some things. There's a little bit some things that the divine feminine, I put it on my own self, is kind of still dealing with as far as this resentment. Maybe resentful for the situation that they're in, feeling resentment about, actually what's going on, having to still deal with this, like, ain't it time is up, time is ticking, you should have been here by now. So some things of resentment about, according to that as well, dealing with that. Feels overwhelmed. This person has still a lot of responsibilities. I would say for this divine master, your main thing is to cut down all those responsibilities and really truly, like I said in the twin flame reading, get aligned with stuff that's really in line with your true emotions that we found out yesterday. Your true emotions, what is truly aligned with making you divine or in your bliss as well, because he's got so much pulling on him. If you look in here, he got his life, and maybe even children is involved. He got laugh here represented because there's a dog there. His loyalty, his authority, and his friendliness, the knowledge. He's got bills. He's got communication. People keep on talking to him, trying to be in the driver's seat, trying to gain some more knowledge, trying to get a lot of projects and things cooking. It's just a lot of things. He's trying to balance all of those things, and he's feeling swamped. And he's kind of shy about this, trying to really truly be in the driver's seat about some things too as well. He feels undeveloped. He feels kind of some kind of way. He might have to kind of deal with the boyish thing. He might have some boyish qualities. Sometimes, you talk to even your DM, and you can see the playfulness within them as well. And so that's something that, again, that's that sweetness that DMs have clear as well. You can see that playfulness as well. He's kind of playful as far as maybe even letting that side of him come out and let them take control of it as well. So he's a little hesitant on some things. What else is it with the DM that's going on here? I turned out liking you a lot more than I originally planned. This goes for several ways. For the divine feminine energies as well. It's like, I feel like Sally Field when she had gotten that award. And she's like, you like me. You really like me. And she's like, I know they did years later on. They went and re-reviewed. And they was like, that's not what she really had meant. But again, it's like I'm accepted by my peers. This is one thing that they're saying as well, as far as that, is like really trying to go for, is several layers to this. It's making me feel like a cake. One of them is, again, about the people that's around him, really truly getting people that really originally like him. Another thing is the divine feminine. When we look at her and her aspect, it is that, again, that he really sees that I really do like her. Let me stop even lying to myself. This is the one. I really do like her. I mean, beyond liking you, I'm loving you. And I've got to do something about this if I'm truly going to go in alignment with what's happening in my heart space about this whole thing. So this is where it is. So originally he had a plan. So many of you all, and you've heard that a lot of them in this walk, where it's like, I wasn't going to take you seriously. I just thought it was just a past fancy. I was just going to get you in bed, and that was it, and I wasn't really betting on anything because I already had something at that time. But at the same time, I really wasn't taking you that seriously about the whole thing. It's just like it was just gonna be a summer fling, a spring fling, or you gonna be just my rebound person, and I'm gonna bounce back from that, and then get myself back on track with the person or the ex or whatever it is that they think they were with. But you know what? Spirit ended up saying to them, "This is interesting." The answer is no, and no means no. Whatever you were looking after or trying, this is several levels to this that you were trying to go after. That was not the one. Okay, so I don't care whatever you thought it was, but Spirit said, no, I'm telling you, it's time for you to take that seriously. Also, they're saying no means no. They're learning how to say their boundaries, setting boundaries too as well, healthy boundaries, so they can be able to continue to attract the things and the experiences as the person, place, of things that they truly love. So this is where we are with this. Tick tock right here. Tick tock, you don't stop till you tick tock, you don't stop. Say ooh, ooh, I wanna sex you up all night, make you feel good. Love you, I wanna sex you up. Tick tock, you don't stop till you. Okay, so now with that again, they like cut it out. Okay, so with this, what you're seeing here again is you want union. This is the union. I see the rainbow represented here. I see wheels is a turning. Okay, and in order for you to have those wheels a turning, you got to get yourself, you already said, get yourself in alignment with what you want, especially when you talk about you're attracting these things. And so in attracting the things that you want for union, you understand this. This DM understands that it's time. It's time. He feels that it again is time is ticking as well. But you know, like they say, it's no time like the present, or you know, when it's right and when it's supposed to be, it would be. But he's understanding that it's kind of coming, the wheels is kind of going towards that thing where it's like, okay, it might be time for you to start wrapping things up. We might be coming to the finale or the ending of wherever you are. Now, if you want to end it on your terms, I would say start wrapping it up like I am with this reading. We almost at the end. Let's start wrapping things up if you want to do it on your terms. Now, if you're going to do it on our terms, then we're going to abruptly end that sucker. And you might not be too happy with the way that we gonna end it for you. So that's something that it's got to hit. Ooh, I see several. I was looking at this. Okay, you got to kind of like, ooh, that was caught my eye too. I see at the bottom of the pile it says apology. You can't expect the apology here. Yeah, so one of the things is, again, I've been saying about forgiveness. That was in yesterday's reading about the divine masculine. You got to understand to start to forgive, and the divine feminine has to start forgiving in the collective, for to be able to move on. I did see marriage there card too, but then I shuffled and I closed it up in there. So understanding that it does involve a serious commitment for some of you all, the divine masculine energies wants marriage. Understand as soon as they get out of that marriage, you're going to be the next thing on their agenda as well. So don't feel bad about feel any type of way, bad, which means negatively, about what's going on and what's going to acquire and happen next. Okay, so again, some things they want to know about these. This is they say some candid romance oracles about the relationship, the twin flame, and the soulmate or whatever. So right now, what's candidly being brought to the surface about that is that there's chemistry. The attraction you feel is mutual. So it's back to attraction stuff. You know, yeah, I want you the right way, but I want you to want me to. Want you to want me to, just like I want you. So again, right now they're saying here that the spirit is saying we looking on the outside. It ain't no question about do that person want you, that twin flame for that awoken divine masculine, or if that divine feminine wants him and she's awoken as well. Both of you all is mutual, okay? Because I know sometimes you be kind of questioning this. Say you all a past life love. Your soul remembers this intense connection. The divine masculine is now waking up and remembering this, and that's the main thing. Say if you know, some of us say if you can remember the love He said, "Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?" So it ain't gonna be no matter talk about where is the love? The love you said you give to me when you were free. So they are free now. Okay. So again, will it ever be? Yeah, it will be, because now you're remembering again this intense connection that is not just happenstance or just happened to be, that this person actually is somebody who is supposed to be important in your life. Right now, also another issue is finance. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. I've always said that, and I said that at the beginning of my career in doing this, and as far as YouTube, I always used to say that again. If your money is funny, your loving is gonna be funny. Your honey is gonna be funny, which means the way you're giving out loving. So again, with this divine masculine, sometimes when your money is funny, you will be finding yourself dancing to anybody's tune, because you don't have money financially to stand on your own 2 feet. So if they're helping you out, you like, okay, well, I'm not going to hear Dad saying. You're not going to bite the hand that feeds you. You're going to go ahead and make nice about it. But at the same time, when you're doing that, you dance about somebody else's tune too again. So this divine masculine wants you to know that they are ascending, okay? They're transcending the obstacles, which is this finances right now. Right now, when it comes to finances, they are trying to transcend this. They're learning, they're expanding, they're on a new phase and preparing for union. Okay, I love that. They are preparing for union. I love that card that it came out there. So again, they understand, and that's pretty winning. If you can get over that obstacle and deal with that about that money stuff, and understand that how to be able to respect that, do some things about abundance. And I need to find somebody maybe about financial too. That'd be nice on this channel to kind of help us to talk about the finances clear, about how you kind of get yourself in line with that. Yeah. Well, bring me somebody, please. Somebody that's really like rich and really doing some things too. I would like them, but also with the finances. Right now, there's a conflict also when we're talking about this. This is conflict with their mind. Gotta get power over that a little bit. Just a little bit, this finances. So this, I'm gonna go in here because I think I'm really going back to this obstacle, which is this finances. This person here, this DM, they issue is these finances. Okay, so if you got a problem with your finances, you got to help yourself to get mastery over that, and that's going to help the divine masculine to get mastery. Divine feminine, whoever's watching this, is you cross watching, will help them to get in line, because it keeps on causing them conflict. And it does, because again, you dancing, you paying Peter pay Paul, you dancing to somebody else's tune. You're not your own. It's keeping you on with this exchange here, what you're trying to do about this money. Plus, it makes you more material. It weighs you down into more in the 3D sense of things as well, because you're looking at the 3D for your help instead of ascending and going above that and say, you know, source is the source of my help, you know, God or whomever that they believe in. That's interesting. They're saying it's some gossip here. Maybe I'm thinking what I'm picking up from here now is about these finances. People not seeing that, hey, he ain't swimming like he used to be. I mean, you know, whatever kind of way he's trying to portray about this money thing is not really it. He's got some issues, and I think it's coming out, and he's being the topic of, and I don't think it, that's what they bringing. He's being the topic of gossip, you know. Some things ain't like how it was, you know, they're portraying like they all this, but maybe somebody talk about, you know, they look it on Facebook like, hey, he had that same shirt on, or and she had that same thing. I thought she acted like, you know, she like she a fashionista, but when I look at her, she look like she got kind of the same outfits on. I don't see no changes. You know, she portraying like she all that in bag of chips. When I look at it, say, something ain't matching up. Okay, so now once we wrap up at the end, in the voice of the DM himself, what did he say is the solution to what's going on right now? What is he saying? Okay, and in the voice of the divine master said again, do the damn dishes. Soaking is not fucking washing. He understands, and excuse me because I like these because to me that remind me of the divine masculine. That's worldly really talk. We in the world when we spiritually in the divine feminine and we're like, okay, it'll just work itself out. Everything what like attracts like. You've got to do the work, do the inner work, go meditate, yada yada yada, very zen like. When you talk about that in that divine masculine, that worldly voice is more so like bam. Did you see that cold cross there? And that ain't from no light rain neither. Wow. I'm going to have to play that back again because I'm doing it on this way. Wow. Well, it said 34. So it's coming more so from that. I seen that go across me. That ain't no daggone piece of lint. Neither. Okay. So anyway, so for the divine master, okay, let me go on because it looks like the spirit here and I got to go ahead and do another reading. So let me get on there. So again, to do the dishes, so soaking is not fucking washing, which means again with that is that we're at the point now that again he's been not doing with the work that he needs to do. He's been soaking on it, which means I've been kind of sitting at it, let it soak, let me kind of figure, let me see how to be able to resonate on these things, and he has not actually done the work that's needed, the action, let's say that, because soaking to me, you can be soaking but you ain't washing up. So again, it's time to get some things clean. Okay, he's got to do the job. He's got to get back to the saying about the bag lady and clearing out all that stuff that needs to be done, and he has not did the work that he needs to. He's been talking about he's going to clean it. He's got to the point that he said, now I'm going to soak. Maybe it is trying to get rid of these people again. I told you some stinking. So we also talk about this cleansing and stuff. And understanding that he's got to get to that point where he's actually doing the work behind it. So it is time. It's time, if you would say bag lady or bag man, for you to collect all of them bags now and get rid of all them 16 bags instead of sitting there like I have done. I got all the garbage bags by the door. I done collected it all, but I ain't took it out. It's time to take the trash out now at this point. So it's no more this holding on to all these things that no longer serve the people that don't. It's time to start cleaning house. Okay, so make sure that you go ahead and you are that you register for the Divine Unisouls 11.co. Go there and register for the event that's going to be on this Sunday, again at 2 p.m. Central. We got a lot of people. There it is right here showing to you, 37. All the people that you need to and be able to see. Okay. And so that would be a great... Okay, past life reading. Okay, all right there. And so that'd be something in which you need to be able to get and to be to get and be a part of, because we got great things. It's our virtual. We got it's free, and we got also yoga and all the other different things that's going to help you get ready. All right then. As always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, send it. Namaste. Namago. Love ya.